Hey, what's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back. Your boy Blue. I'm Sean. Today, I wanted to take some time to address a few eBay related inquiries from folks that have commented on a few of my videos here in the last few days. And these are actually really good topics of conversation. And a lot of it has to do with jump starting your own eBay business or store. Okay, um, it's it's been a topic that I think has been just kind of like rehashed over and over and over and over again. Some of you probably watch a lot of reseller related type of eBay channels. One of my favorite is actually Daily Refinement. I don't know if you guys have seen Daily Refinement, but he has built a rather successful eBay business between him and a few other people in a small little warehouse. You know, he has built an empire, and he will tell you without really sugarcoating things is that if you really wanted to be successful on eBay, you can. Um, and he, of course, emphasizes execution, especially for a lot of folks who are brand new getting into eBay. And I think, you know, I probably have no problem speaking on behalf of a lot of new eBayers. Now, when I mean new, a lot of these folks probably have a feedback score of 100 or less. Now, I've seen people that have been on eBay, you know, for about 10 years with a feedback score of under 100. Okay, it is what it is. They just don't do a lot on there, but it's always something that they have as an extra resource to buy things that customarily he or she cannot buy anywhere else. Sometimes eBay will have that one particular listing of an item that someone does want. Now, obviously, this is a coin talk kind of YouTube channel that you guys are watching right now. So, you know, to kind of make it easy, we'll talk about coins because I do, or I'm a proponent rather of being able to find your treasures out there and subsequently selling them on eBay and making it a business. Now, there is one particular thing that someone had brought up, and I'm going to stress again, only because a lot of folks new to the game thinks that this is a pretty backbreaking type of new thing, and that's the whole $600 and up for sales on eBay. You know, and you get taxed off of anything that you make in a year that's over $600. Whereas before, it used to be what 200 transactions and or $20,000. I'd have to say, or maybe it's 10,000. I don't know, but that used to be the old, I guess, threshold for selling on eBay. And me personally, as someone that's been on eBay and does quite a bit of sales, not necessarily just coins, but I sell all different types of collectibles from trading cards to sports cards and among a few other things, antiques and all that. I don't the $600 and up or $600 threshold does not bother me, okay? And it shouldn't bother you either if you want to turn it into a successful side venture, because ultimately there are going to be some things that you can do to help kind of take advantage of the situation. If let's say, for argument's sake, a lot of you probably work kind of like a 9 to 5 or any job for that matter. You put in 30, 40 hours a week, and you want to sell on eBay. Let's say you have coins, you have an overabundance of coins that you want to sell. You could certainly do that and make it kind of a supplemental type of business. Now, the amount of money that you get back from the business will all be dependent on how much you put into it. Let's say on the low end, you're kind of a little lackadaisical in doing your listings, and maybe you list one or two things per week. that's probably not going to get it done. Again, the guy I watch, Daily Refinement, he's all about volume. You put up 30, 40, 50 listings a day. And then, there's a certain amount of money that you need to make in order to, I guess, pay the bills and all that stuff. Maybe there's something you want to save up for. Then you have to kind of just calculate things a little bit better, so that way you know what your outgoing production's going to be. You put up 30 items per day. That's certainly going to build up your store to a really good place. Plus, when you do something like that, you're going to have the ability to sell more per day. I mean, can you imagine listing 30, 40, 50 items a day? You sell 10 of those, or you sell any combination of 10 of your inventory that you have currently in your eBay store, and then you rake in the money. And then, of course, you got manage the books and the accounting and all that stuff. And especially if you have people that work under you, that's also going to be important as well. And then finally, putting the money aside, because, at this point, if you're going to sell at that $600 threshold or higher in a calendar year, you might as well go balls to the walls. Don't sell like a few odds and ends in the house. And then a lot of people are complaining, well, it's my stuff that I'm selling. And most assuredly, I'm going to make over $600 just by selling a few odds and ends. Okay, then don't sell it on eBay. Sell it locally, sell it through a yard sale site, and, do a cash transaction face to face. I mean, stay off of any e-commerce platform. Stay off even doing PayPal gift or friends and family, because they will also track that as well. And that's money that you're going to have to, file at the beginning of the next year for that particular year. So the $600 threshold, again, should not bother you unless you think that you're going to be small-time sales. Then just don't do it. But that, when the prospect of making an extra $1,000, $2,000 selling your coin finds sounds attractive to you, then you would probably want to go all in, and then just make sure that you deduct, like to 20% of each of your sales into a bucket, so that way you're paying your estimated sales tax every month or every year, however you want to do it. You can do one lump sum. So that way, when you file your taxes, it's not going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Pretty simple. Now, you guys remember that I had said that operating a sole proprietorship business can have its perks, and whether you decide to file for an LLC or something like that, so a limited liability company, it's completely up to you. If you're going to be running a business and you're going to have a few employees, that's probably not a bad idea. If you're doing it all by yourself, then you probably don't need to do it. But you could still write off things like the purchase price of all these goods that you're buying, and then turning around and flipping them on eBay to make money. Just save your receipts, and you could write off mileage. You could write off supplies, shipping supplies, tape, bubble mailers, things like that, and you'll do just as well. So that's kind of like the $600 threshold that I think a lot of people had issues with, but you can treat it as a business if you really wanted to. And it's going to be empowering, because, let's say at the end of the year, you sold $20,000 in items. Obviously, the IRS sees you had accepted in $20,000 in cash, for selling all these items. But if you are buying and selling and things like that, you want to make sure that you have a suitable amount of write-offs to offset the sales. And you could really do that. You could write off, supplies, and if you bought a computer or a laptop, you could write that off as well toward your business. Another thing that I wanted to bring up, and this was actually a really good question that was submitted by Gilbert Couillard. I hope I got that right. And this was actually on my PCMR over this past weekend, my Pocket Change Market Report. Gilbert had asked, how do you get started selling coins on eBay then? Because I had mentioned that there were a few sellers that were selling these bank boxes of brand new 2022 coins that had feedback of under 10. And I made mention that, when you have that kind of feedback, you're not going to get nearly as much money for these items. My account only has a 4 for feedback. I was not the person mentioned by you, Sean, with the 4 feedback as well. I'm still looking for my first 2022 coin of any denomination here, let alone roll or box. LOL. People aren't going to jump on my listings because my feedback score just isn't high enough yet. I just barely started selling other items on eBay and have not started selling any coins yet. I certainly don't want to undercut the market, so I'll be glad to take any advice you can offer me. 7 days instead of 5-day listing? Question mark. Sounds like those other sellers were desperate to make a quick buck or two, which is a real shame. Yeah, Gilbert, it is a shame when you see these brand new bank boxes of new coin sell for a fraction of what the perceived market is. For instance, there was a seller that had sold a number of 2022p Lincoln Cent bank boxes, which, by the way, are $25 face value, at $200 a piece. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, that's a pretty respectable amount of profit for each box. Well, here's the thing. That person was the first to market of the brand new boxes. Furthermore, that person single-handedly flooded the market with 6 boxes. I mean, God bless his or her heart, for finding 6 boxes. There were people that were complaining that, oh, the banks are pushing out 2021 boxes and they're not getting rid of any 2022s. I find that hard to believe. Unless a bank teller had said straight from their mouth, yes, we are withholding 2022s. It's not like we're selling toilet paper or canned goods and then we have to restock and do all this funny stuff where you bring older product to the front. That just doesn't make any sense for a coin. But Gilbert, great point. Being a new seller, is kind of, it could be seen as kind of a roadblock to sales success. There are certain things, however, that you can sell that people will pay you regardless. And sealed bank coins, because I've seen people with feedback scores under 25 sell these bank boxes on what I like to call day zero, and that's when they first hit circulation, for full market value. All right, but differentiating how you list your coins on there, and the expectation level can be a little bit different. Okay. The thing that I criticize most about some of these sellers that unloaded brand new 2022 boxes is that they did fixed price listing. Now that's either going to be either doing a reserve or they're setting a minimum low or lowest amount of money that they're willing to accept for such an item. And then it gets bid up, or a buy it now listing where you see buy it now, you tap it, add to cart, you check out. There all of your other basic consumer goods. If you were selling Levi's jeans, for example, all right, those you would want to put up as a fixed buy it now listing to protect your investment. But things like coins and silver and gold and bullion and all sorts of other things, these are items that you could put up as a traditional 5 or 7 day auction. I prefer and recommend 7 days because of the extra exposure time for the algorithms. Because obviously, the longer that you're in eBay for a specific listing, the more eyeballs you're going to get on it, and then ultimately more interest. Another thing that I think is a good idea would be to right out of the gate pump listings, put a whole bunch of them in there, and make sure you're doing the right amount of research so that way you know exactly where the market is for each of these items. The worst thing you want to do is be one of those guys that are new to eBay with a feedback score of under 100, and you're selling everything 10, 20, 30% above what the market is for those items, especially if they don't have anything going for them as far as rarity and all that stuff. So certainly take that into consideration, because most eBayers that want to get into it, they want to be able to make the biggest amount of profits per item like right away, and sometimes that just doesn't happen like that. Given that eBay's been around for what, 25 years, and through just good old fashioned like learning and getting stung and your hands slapped, people are a little bit more cautious in who they trust on eBay. Whereas back 20 years ago, it wasn't so bad. You could be a brand new eBayer and just like knock it out of the park for your sales. So Gilbert, yeah, I understand the frustration with being a new eBayer, but if you really wanted to make a difference, just keep on doing what you're doing. I would say increase the output of your listings. I would recommend doing batch drafts if you can, so that way you could unload all of the new listings on eBay at one time. So that way it kind of shocks the system a little bit. It'll help you out with your algorithms. But the more items that you get on eBay, the more that you sell, you build up that customer base, that rapport, and you should be doing well. All right. And then early on, you're going to have to be very communicative with your customers. You're going to have to, after the items have been delivered, because everything will have tracking because you're doing all the shipping off of the eBay side of things, reach out to them. Hey, how was your item? How'd you like the packing? Is everything to your liking? Okay, make sure that you're doing unconditional money back guarantee. If you're making eBay a big part of your kind of like your mission of reselling and supplemental income, you should probably end up doing like a same business day turnaround time for handling. That's always going to win the day. And then you sell 2, 3, 400 items in a month, then it's going to put you in top rated seller status, and you get more perks. You're going to be up on the algorithms month in and month out. Now, you are going to have certain months that you're going to be a little bit in the red as far as quantitative sales, but you will be making more money if you just kind of recognize the market, and recognizing things like aged units. I'm pretty bad about this, but I need to go into my eBay store and actually lower the price on a lot of my aged units, because I have aged stuff on my eBay store that's like 6+ months old, and they haven't moved. So what you do is you drop the price down, you get rid of it, because those certain items are not going to do you any good just sitting there. You want to be able to pump money into the system so that way you could buy more stuff and then resell it. It's really trading $1 for $2 or $3. Okay, and as long as you keep that kind of perspective going of what the ultimate goal is going to be, then you'll do okay. And that's at any feedback score. You could be brand new out of the gate, but the execution and the volume is ultimately going to help determine your buy-in into this sort of thing. eBay is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's one of the biggest e-commerce platforms for everything. I think in a way it's a little bit better than Amazon, because you could sell new and used items with relative ease. You could, eBay is more collector friendly than Amazon is. All right. God forbid you're selling like die cracks and cuds and all that stuff on Amazon. It's just not the venue for that sort of thing. However, eBay is, and it's got the huge backing, the huge support of the algorithm to put it where it belongs. And as long as you're paying eBay, the fees and all that stuff, which by the way comes out automatically per sale, it's easy. It's easiest thing that you could possibly ever do, then you're going to be in really good shape and you won't have anything to worry about. So those are the two things I want to talk about. One more thing, as kind of like a PSA, just kind of like forewarning you guys. It's been brought to my attention. I have seen this before on a few occasions. People will attempt to contact you to make a sale off of eBay, like somewhere else, like maybe through email, maybe through Facebook, things like that. And they're going to try and force you to pay with PayPal, friends and family, or Venmo, or some other different types of payment services where you're not going to be covered if, say, they scam you. All right, and things that they will do to be sneaky about it, because eBay does monitor chats through the message area of their website. So if certain keywords pop up like, "Hey, will you sell this to me on the side? I'll email you, and we could, you could save money on your fees." Sounds pretty delectable, but don't do it, because you will lose your eBay account, and they will flag things like that. And they will, these folks will even go as far as sending you a picture, because they could send you a couple pictures in regards to maybe an item that you have that they really want. They'll send you a picture, and the picture will have their email address and phone number, and they're going to try and finagle you for some sort of sale off of the eBay platform. And again, you don't want to risk losing your eBay store, because once you lose it, you can't get it back, and you can't re-sign up, because they will flag your name and your account information, your address, and things of that nature. So you got to be absolutely freaking careful of doing shady dealings off of the eBay platform. You don't want to do that. But that's what I really want to talk about. Sorry it's so dang wordy, and if you did lose out on anything, please go ahead and go ahead and post a question or something below. I'll be sure to answer it the best I can here in the next like 5 days or so. And if you guys need help with eBay, it's a great platform. People are hesitant to use it for whatever strange reason. I think there are people that have gotten burned on the platform, and have decided that they don't want to use it anymore. And that's just kind of like a wrong thing to kind of theorize about it, because it really is a good platform. I've been burned a few times, but you learn off of experiences like this, and I hope that you guys do as well. But that's going to go ahead and do it, guys. I appreciate your time. I'm Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. If you guys have questions, go ahead and post them below. But that's it. Happy February, and I'll see you guys on the next coin video. Take care.